On Saturday, I went to church, not my church, but another church, and then came home, and immediately I just had to sleep. I didn't have lunch, didn't have anything, I just went to sleep. I slept for about 3 hours, which is unusual on a Saturday, but yeah, it just wasn't myself. Same on Sunday and Monday, just going through and not feeling well. Tuesday, I finally went to the doctor about 4 days afterwards. And they asked me a lot of questions, and the doctor said, we'll get some tests for you. We'll order some tests, some blood tests, and ECG. But, okay. So, so the next day I went to the pathology. They took a blood sample. They hooked me up to ECG machine to check my heart. And this was 5.5 days after the heart attack. Right now, when I tell the story, nurses and doctors are getting very nervous and saying, "What are you doing? Get to the hospital!" But anyway, I was too silly to do that. So anyway, after a while, the doctor called. I made an appointment, of course, to get the results, but the doctor called and said, "Look, we've got the results of your ECG, and we think, look, you might want to go to the hospital for some more tests." I thought, I had a suspicion something's going on, because the doctor never calls unless something's really bad. So I sort of had a bit of an inkling something was not right. So she said, "Look, I've already called the hospital. They'll be expecting you." I said, "Oh, okay, that's pretty good." I said, I was a bit suspicious. I said, "Should I drive to the hospital?" The doctor said, "No." So I said to Miyong, "I've got to go to the hospital. I've got to have some tests, and you need to drive me." And I said, "Oh, okay." So I just got, in Australia, when you go to the hospital to emergency, you wait a lot of hours to get seen. 4, 5, 6, sometimes 10 or 12 hours before you get seen in accident and emergency. So I thought, oh dear, this is going to be fun. Going to the accident emergency. So anyway, Miyong dropped me off at the hospital. I went to the accident emergency section and said to the person, "Look, my name's Paul Katanko. I think my doctor's already called you. I'm here for some tests." And types on the computer and, "Okay, Mr. Katanko, please come with me." Wow, winner. This is quick service, no 5 or 6 or 10 hours. Anyway, I went out the back, and I don't know if you know this expression, but all hell broke loose. I was put on a trolley. All of these people started swarming around me, and they're asking me questions. "What's your history? Have you had heart issues before?" "No." "What medications are you on?" "I'm not on any medications." "Have you got high blood pressure?" "No." "Are you diabetic?" "No." Like, what's going on here? They're putting a pill in my mouth, they're putting me injection, and they get an x-ray thing behind me. And so I said, "Look, I'm only here for some tests." And then wondering what was going on. All these things, and they said, "Do you have high cholesterol?" I said, "Yes." "What tablets are you on?" "None." Okay, so they gave a bit of a hint, but anyway, I still didn't know what was going on. And then I remember to this day, all of this activity, all these doctors and nurses around me. One nurse stopped, looked me in the eye and said, "You're having a major heart attack right now." And man, I was scared now. I was dead set scared. And I thought, oh no, people have heart attacks, they die. And I thought, gee, so I was in shock. I was in absolute shock at what they had to say. And I was scared. So anyway, my wife arrived, and it was her turn to be in shock when I told her, "I've had a heart attack, I'm having a heart attack." I knew it was 5.5 days earlier. That was clearly when it happened. But yeah, it was a very traumatic experience for the both of us. Even to this day, on the news, in Korean, on the news in Australia, they'll say, so and so